1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, hello fellow wet shavers. Leroy here, Nomeo Shaves back with another shaving video. Hopefully this damn camera does not fall again. It's fallen like about 10 freaking times since I've been trying to set this thing up. Anyways, this is Friday. As you can tell from the background, I am in Oregon. I didn't go to Ireland. Those of you who have wished me, well wishes on my trip, I appreciate it, I really do. But luckily I didn't go. I'm kind of torn between that because I've never been to Ireland. I wanted to go, but at the same time, 2 weeks away from my family is a lot. So I'm ready to go home tomorrow morning. This is Friday night now, roughly 9 o'clock. I figured, you know what? I had some wine in the fridge, so I gotta finish it up. Cheers. Beverage of the evening, Perseverance Old Vine Zinfandel. Zinfandels are nice, not so bad. Maybe not my favorite wine, but they work. What am I using tonight? From the thumbnail, you probably know. Going with the Barrister and Mann's Grande Chypre. Fantastic freaking scent, nice and spicy, beautiful, beautiful scent. And you gotta love the design. I love the labels of Barrister and Mann. They're top notch. Brush. Since I'm going home tomorrow, I'm going with my Sterling Synthetic. That way it'll be dry by the time I get up. Okay, I've got the soap blooming. It probably won't be dry by the time I go home, but when I get home I can just take it out and let it dry. No biggie. So, because I haven't seen my wife for 2 weeks, I want to be as close shaven as possible. So I'm going with the DE. This is the Gillette Platinum. This will be the second use on this blade. All right, one more sip. I'm gonna go ahead and get this bloom water on my face and we shall get cracking. Just a second. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Let me put some water in my trusty cup here. Just a coffee cup from the room. Shake it out. All right. Now, I didn't realize it's been this long since I used this soap, but look, it's kind of separated a bit from the walls. I need to use my soaps more. Tonight was a fun night. So since this is technically my last planned trip of the year, my last trip up here to Oregon for this year, next year's up in the air, we don't know. Man, it smells good. All my coworkers and we all decided to go out and have a couple drinks. So we went to this one local place. I probably would never go again. It was cool, but it just seemed like, talk about a hole in the wall place, man. It really was. Food was not that good. Apparently they're in the middle of transferring ownership. So I guess maybe that's part of the reason. I don't know. So I had 2 beers. Now, even though Oregon, or at least Portland anyways, is the is the hop capital of the world, I'm so burnt out on IPAs, it's not even funny. California, everywhere you go, it's all IPA, IPA, IPA. It's so hard to get away from them. Back when they weren't popular, I liked it. Now it seems like some places you go, that's the only choice you have for draft beer is freaking IPAs. Don't get me wrong, I like an IPA. But, damn man, they get old after a while. IPAs for me isn't a beer I can just keep on drinking, right? That hoppiness just stays on my tongue and it just builds and builds and builds. It gets so bitter by the end of the night. I just want to puke. Okay, maybe not puke, but I think you get my drift. So my choice, if they have it, my first choice is a red. I love red ales, and luckily that's what they had, was a red. So I had 2 of those, and I figure, shit, wine is red. Is that mixing alcohol? Normally I don't like to mix, but okay, I'm going home tomorrow. I don't care. A little bit more water. So I do have a couple of drinks in me already. Yeah, like I said, the food at that place was just so. One of the guys that I was with, he said they used to go there all the time, I guess. He said at one time the food was a lot better. Like for example, the burgers were like, used to be like so messy. A messy burger is a good burger. So, like I said, I probably wouldn't go there again. But it was cool to hang out with the guys. Just 4 of us. It was nice. Beautiful, beautiful lather. You can't go wrong with Barrister and Mann. Like I've mentioned before, it's one of those soaps that I have not had any issues lathering. And that's why, or one of the reasons why it's in my top 5. I like the scents too. Speaking of Barrister and Mann, their fall line was released today, or no, winter. Yeah, their winter scents were released today. That's Vespers, which I do have from last year in the Excelsior base. Beautiful, beautiful soap. I love it. And then they also released Dickens Revisited. So they kind of reformulated the scent a little bit. First pass with the grain. I think they said it's a more adult version of some Dutch cookie. Oh, I didn't tell you. R4. Hopefully it's kind of... I can't talk today, jeez. Hopefully the shave will be kind of quick. Am I centered? Yeah, I'm centered. I am so ready to go home. Knock on wood, it's not Shark Week at home. Two weeks is a long time. Oh, if you guys don't know, Maddie Lindholm, he did his giveaway video. That's really, really cool. So go check that out. I won't tell you who won. I won't spoil it. But the winner's gonna love his brushes. His brushes are actually really nice. I've got one that he sniped me. I'm so grateful for him. But I don't like to use it a lot because it's special, you know what I mean? I mean, it's handmade by him, given to me by him. I've been blessed. I mean, I've been sniped with all kinds of cool stuff. All right, rinse off. Man, slick. Very, very slick. Yeah, I mean, I've been blessed in this community, you know, and Maddie's just another person that's blessed me. So Maddie, if you ever watch this, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Appreciate everything you do to the community, or for it. The guy's freaking talented too. Really talented. I mean, so is Justin McIntyre. I think guy's freaking talented too. Justin McIntyre is the Red Island Shaver, so if you haven't checked him out, please do so. Justin. I've got a lot of respect for Justin. A lot. He, unfortunately, he's losing his sight. But the dude still shaves with a straight razor. And his whole attitude, just his attitude in general in life, is just—it's intoxicating. It's it's really awesome. Just sit there, if you get a chance to, just bullshit with him back and forth, and he's awesome. Another great guy in the community. Really good guy. He's got a big heart too. Whew. I love this razor. Every time I pick this up, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite razor. Then I shave with the car. I'm like, oh, this is my favorite razor. Sorry, favorite DE. Beautiful, beautiful razors. I still would recommend, if you're new, I would still recommend a Rockwell. I would recommend the Rockwell 6C. They're like $50. It's chrome alloy, but that's okay. But it's all adjustable, comes with all the plates. And what you can do, you can use that to figure out what works for you. And then from there, you can base that aggressive setting on. You can use that as a reference for future razors. So now, I really wish I would have gotten this first. I started off with the 34C. Fucker's too mild for me. With the 34C, I've got a very hard time getting right in here. Really, really hard time. I mean, I can get it with a feather. Barely. Speaking of that, I've seen a couple of people using the new Gillette Heritage. It's a cool razor, but people are telling me it's about the same aggressive level as a 34C DE89, maybe a little bit more aggressive. That bums me out. Really bums me out. It's cool that Gillette's making a razor again. That's really awesome, actually. But I wish they would have brought back one of their old original designs, you know, one of their more famous designs. Whether it was a super speed or like just even, maybe not the tech, because that's pretty mild, but like maybe like the Gillette New or something like that. That was their open comb razor from the 30s. That's a cool razor. I'd recommend you get one of those. You can find them for like 20 bucks on eBay. Very efficient razor. Like I said, guys, I want to be BBS. You guys watch Andy, the Northern Shaver? He's another guy you guys should watch. He's been pumping out a lot of videos recently, and I enjoy those too. The dude can shave so fast. He's been shaving with a lot of samples recently. But I'd recommend you watch him too. Let's see here, a little water. Man, great reaching. Got a couple little rough spots right here. It's okay. Save the irritation for another day. All right, we are done. I didn't mention this Grande Chypre is in the old glissant formula. I don't know if this was released in the Excelsior yet. I think eventually they want to replace all their glissants into the Excelsior release. Good shave. All right, let me rinse this off. Cold water. Really nice. Really nice. Good shave. Not too long. Still gotta pack a few items, so I'm not in a rush in the morning. That's the worst thing when I hate to rush. Gosh, I hate rushing. I hate being late, you know. Sorry, just wiping down the counter. So I got lucky. I think I have barely enough sebum left for this shave, and I'm done. I think I'm good. So I shall pour out the rest of my sebum. You guys know how much I like this stuff. I've said it before. This is my night routine. There wasn't enough in there. Shit. I don't use lotions or balms on my face anymore. I don't use astringents. I have a good face wash. I use a charcoal-based face wash. This works really good for me. And then sebum, that's it. That's all I do anymore. Just enough, just enough. All right, people, thank you for joining me. Let me do a quick little recap. Soap of the night, Barrister and Mann's Grande Chypre. Oh, really quick, I do have the matching EDT that was graciously piffed to me by Jose Salazar on Instagram. I'm sure you've heard a couple people on YouTube mention his name. Kai Triska mentioned him a few times. Marcos Jesus Mendez mentions him sometimes too. But really, really cool cat. He's on Instagram. Check him out. Brush, my Sterling Synthetic. I love this thing with the green accent. I think this is probably all I take with me now. This one and then whatever natural hair I want to take with me. And the Rockwell 6S R4. I don't know if you guys can see that. Do you care? Trust me, it's R4 with a second use Gillette Platinum blade. That's my shave, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys all have a fantastic freaking weekend. I am going home bright and early, and the wife wants me to stop and get some donuts. There's a donut chain here called Blue Star. They're more of a gourmet style donut with some pretty tricked out flavors, so I'll stop and get a box of those. All right, that's it, everybody. Hope you all have a fantastic week. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Take care of yourselves. Happy shaves to you all, and don't text and drive. Take care.